The fun part of this unit is learning about children's literature that is vintage. And so the one assignment for this particular week in the unit involves a discussion board post. And it involves you clicking on some of the titles that you see below and just exploring them. You don't have to read the whole book, but I want you to look at the pictures. We're looking at the illustrations and how they serve the story. Now, this involves a little bit of research as well as the link that's been provided here. So I'm going to take you through the journey of how I completed my discussion post. For one of the 3 titles that I explored, I decided to go with Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, because that is one of my favorite stories. It changed my life as a child, and it's also 19th century literature, and that's kind of my era. So I go to Gutenberg, and there's the free ebook, but this free ebook does not contain any of the images. So I went to Google and typed in free illustrated versions of Alice in Wonderland, and I found this, and that took me here, and I have had the best time looking through all of the images from the first edition of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Isn't this fun? Then I found the one that speaks to me the most, and that is the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of the image, and that's my little image. And you all are so much better at this than I am. You could probably Photoshop that just a little bit to make sure that it's clear, but I'm going to go ahead and save it, and then I'm going to go over to my discussion board post. So this is going to my Cyber Cafe group, and they will see my name, and it's a discussion board, so I don't need to put the name, course, date, and that sort of thing, only for a discussion board post. So I went ahead and put the title there, make that bold, and I inserted the image by going to Upload Image, and I uploaded the image, and I added it here, and I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger. It doesn't need to be huge, but it needs to be a little bit bigger. And of course, you all are so good at this. You probably have fixed all this up, and I'm going to share that with my group, and I'm going to answer the other 2 questions that are included in the discussion board post. And those are a funny story about something that happened in my childhood. And again, we want to keep this light and polite, and what life lesson did I learn from that. So as soon as I get that posted, then I'm going to click the reply, and that will post my little post. And there you can see. So when people come in and see this, the other members of my group, when they see my picture that I selected, and they see my little anecdote that I write, they'll click reply, and they'll write a lovely heartfelt comment. And that is all that is included in this first unit. You have an entire week to explore illustrations in children's literature, explore some old vintage literature and look at the images that were presented then, and go ahead and complete that discussion board for the week. And next week we're going to get into a fun project that you will create yourselves.